Welcome back to the CareBlair Universal Credit Series. If you're joining us for the first time, we've put together a collection of short videos designed to simplify the universal credit process for those of us who might be finding it difficult to understand and set up on our own. I tell you what, if you're willing to come along with us for a few short minutes today, grab yourself a cozy cup of tea, pull out the old easy chair and relax before diving right into the application process. That way you can get a rough idea of what to expect, and if you find anything that you're unsure of in the tutorial, you can always go back and watch it again. So, you ready to brighten up the future with me? Good. Let me go and do my jolly little intro, and we'll get right to it.
We're much better together, I know.
Welcome back to CareBlair. My name's Kyle, and here we share positive news, stories and information that helps local volunteers, non-profit community groups and charities to connect with their audience in meaningful ways. So before we get into this tutorial, it's important that you take your time and just go at your own pace. There's absolutely no rush. And you can read this tutorial and all other tutorials in this series over on our blog at careblair.org. If you want to discover more about universal credit and the types of payments you can get, then you can watch episode 1. And if you want to discover more about benefits calculators and what types of payments you can get based on your specific lifestyle, then you can just go and watch episode 2 because that will be for you. To complete the universal credit application process, we're going to need these handy documents. We'll need a photo ID such as a passport or driver's license, a bank statement with your account number and sort code, an email address, a mobile number, your tenancy agreement to show how much rent you pay, your yearly council tax cost and what tax band your home is a part of, income details such as your payslip, any savings you have, any childcare costs you might have. Type in how to apply for universal credit and select the very first option that pops up. From here we can scroll down, we can view how to claim, what you need to apply, and you can get started right away to apply now. And that's simply what we're about to do. Okay, so on this page, this is basically giving you a bit more information about the differences between universal credit and any other benefits that you might be having and how it affects that. For now though, we can simply come down here, select the check mark and continue. All we need to do is create our username, a password, and then answer any security questions that we might need. For the next section, this is all about you. So you'll basically just answer the questions by putting in your first name, any middle names that you have, your last name, your date of birth, and this is where you'll input your email address. Once you've entered your email address and you've selected the next button, you will be asked to confirm your email address by inputting in this box a 6-digit code which you can find in your email inbox. Next, this section here is all about putting in your mobile number. Once you've done that and selected continue, you'll get a confirmation code. The next section is all about your contact preferences. So how would you like to be contacted? Would you like to be contacted by Universal Credit via email or text message? For us, we're going to go for email. Next, we'll be asked to provide our postcode. So simply just pop in your postcode here and any previous addresses. If you've changed your address in the UK in the last 6 months, for us, it's going to be no. If you've changed your address in the last 6 months, just select yes. And there we go. We've created our Universal Credit account. Now we can apply for the Universal Credit. All we need to do is go down here to where the big green button is and select Start a Claim. So the first question we have here in our claim is all about relationships, and it's whether or not we have a partner. So if you have a partner and you live together, let's just go with this scenario to begin with. Select the top one here and click Continue. It will basically just give you the opportunity to make a joint claim, which means what you'll get depends on your circumstances as a couple, not as two individual people. And if we click continue here, this will give you the opportunity to get a linking code. Then we would select this button, yes, give me a linking code for my partner. What this will do is if we click continue, it will provide us with a code here, and you can see it highlighted. That code we need to give to our partner so that they can go onto their mobile or another computer or even this computer. When they get to the first question about a partner, they will then be asked the same as we did if we are living together. They would select that. Then they would get the same opportunity as we had to say whether or not they need a linking code. For them, they would say, no, give me my partner's linking code, or yes, give me my partner's linking code, whatever one it is. And then that's when you would give your partner this code here, and they would simply insert it into the box. And now both of your universal credit accounts are connected together, and you can start to claim as a couple. Okay, so once you've sorted out the linking code or your partner code, you will get to a screen that looks like this. And as you can see here, you've got your partner and yourself side by side. So this is now a joint universal credit account, and all the questions that we answer in these sections here will be as a couple and not two individual people. So for us, we're simply going to start with nationality. So we can select nationality, and now we can begin the questions. So the first one on our to-do list, nationality. So what is your nationality? We can simply go with British. Have you been out of the UK for the last 2 years? We can say no and select done. And then as you can see, it's come up green and it's disappeared from this section. And now we can simply go on to the next section, which is housing. So, do you have any housing costs? For us, we can say yes. Where do you live now? I rent from a council or housing association. That's what we need. If you are a private landlord, you live in your own property, or you rent by through a shared ownership scheme, whatever one it is for you, select it and then click continue. Next, we've got our housing rent payments. So when did you move into this address? For us, we're just going to make up a date, but for you, just simply answer when you moved in. So for us, we're just going to go for 07, select how often you pay the rent. So for us, it's going to be monthly. Then we can go on housing service charges. So how much do you pay in service charges? Do you have any rent-free weeks? You can simply select yes or no. For us, we're going to go for no. Housing, landlord details. We've used your address to search for your landlord, and because we are living in a council house, we're simply going, our landlord is Perth and Kinross Council. Housing, number of bedrooms. So how many bedrooms do you have as listed in your tenancy or rental agreement? We're going to go for 2. Are you and your partner both named on a tenancy or rental agreement? We're going to go for yes. Is there anyone else on the tenancy agreement? We're going to select no and click continue. Council tax. Is your name on the council tax bill? For us, it's going to be yes. Have you applied for a reduction in your council tax? We want to apply for a reduction, but we haven't yet. So we're going to go for no, but I will apply. And then it says down here, we'll share your details with your council to support your application. You'll need to contact them. Click continue. So that's your housing one done. Now we can move on to the next one, which is who lives with you. So children who live with you. This section, to apply for universal credit for your children, you must be the main carer. So how many children do you want to apply for? For us, we're going to go for 1 and select continue. Child details. We're going to make up details, but if you have a child, just put in their first name here. More child details. Is Katie Benson in the care of the local authority, not including respite care? No. Is Katie Benson adopted? No. Is Katie Benson currently abroad? No. Is Katie Benson in prison? No. Is Katie Benson blind? No. Is Katie receiving disability living allowance? No. Is Katie Benson receiving personal independence payment? No. And then click continue. So what is your current work status? For us, we're going to go for unemployed because we're a new mum. Have you stopped working in the last 9 months? Yes. What date did you stop working? We're just going to go for, are you expecting any earnings from any previous employment in the next month? We're going to select no and continue. In the next month, are you going to be self-employed? No and continue. Are you starting any employment in the next month? No and continue. So details of UK Armed Forces services. Have you ever served in the UK Armed Forces? For us, we're going to go no. Do you have any savings, investments and other capital? We're going to go for yes. And then we're going to select continue. So we're simply just going to say we've got £6,000 or less in savings and click continue. You need to tell us the exact amount of your savings. Now, it's important to remember that whatever savings you currently have, they might affect your universal credit payments. Do you get any of the following? Any UK benefits, child maintenance, state pension, board of lodgings, furlough payments? For us, we're going to go for no. We are recently unemployed, but we are also recently brand new parents that have never claimed anything before. So we're going to go for no here. Do you get Armed Forces Independence Payment? No. And select continue. Income other than benefits or wages. Do you get any other income other than benefits or wages? We're going to select that one and then click continue. That's your income and earnings complete. Now we can simply go to education and training. Are you in education or training? For us, it's going to be no. Select continue. And that's that one complete. Now we can go on to our health. And so what you tell us about your health is what this section is all about. So we can click continue here. Do you have any illnesses, disabilities or conditions? For us, we're going to go no. For you, it might be different. And that's that. Finished. If you did have any disabilities, it would give you a couple of questions that you could ask about your various disabilities. So now we can go on to caring for someone. So are you caring for someone who has a health condition or disability? For us, it's going to be no. For you, it might be. And then we're going to click continue, and that's caring for someone done. Next, we can go on to bank account details. And simply we can select in the type of bank we have here. So it might be, and then whose name is on the bank account. It might be your name, which it should be. Okay, so we have literally gone as far as we can go in this universal credit application process. You, on the other hand, will be able to go and answer all of these questions. We just don't have the sufficient information to do that. However, I want to let you know about the next 3 steps beyond this that you'll have to go through to complete your application process. The very next step after this is basically to go through all of the answers that you've given so far and just confirm that they're correct. Once you've done that, you'll be taken to the next step, which is the claimant declaration, which is basically you understanding that you're making a commitment to improving your circumstances as you're claiming universal credit and trying your best to get back into employment. If you are a new parent to an unborn child, then your responsibilities on universal credit will be different. However, if you're not, then you will be required to be looking for work while you're on universal credit. Once you're happy with that, you've made that claimant declaration, you go on to the final declaration, and that's where you confirm all of the information you've given today. And then from that point, that's when your universal credit process has been made and your universal credit application goes into review. It's at that point that you'll be required to prove your identity, and we'll show you how to do that right now. So there's 2 things we need to do to prove our identity. The first thing we need to do is go over to Google and type in gov.uk/verify. Simply select the first option, scroll down until you see Post Office and click on Post Office. You'll be taken to the Post Office website where we'll now be able to complete the second part of this. And basically that's to come down here to Universal Credit and select that. You'll be then asked to create your Post Office account, input any general information such as your name, email address, and any other information. From that point, they might ask you to upload your documents such as your photo ID or any utility bills that you might have. From that, they might also ask you to take a selfie and upload that to your account, your Post Office account, so that the Post Office can then compare both your selfie and your photo ID to confirm your identity. Once that's done, you'll then be ready to rock and roll and your universal credit application process will be much quicker in getting through as a result. And there we have it, folks. We've discovered much more on how to apply for universal credit and prove our identity in the process. It feels really good to be able to share good things with you. And I also want to thank J.K. Rowling for reminding us that the light we generate by thinking of a single happy memory is a projection of all our most positive feelings and can help drive away depression and anxiety. So remember to turn on your light. And in the meantime, feel free to get in touch if you need anything, and I'll try my best to get back to you. And until next time, remember, sharing is caring.
This is our time. Cause I'm tired of trying to walk the dotted line. There's no waiting, hesitating, baby. This is our time. This is our time.